My aunt's dog got loose, so I was trying to go get it on my dirt bike.
He had forgotten he'd turned the gas off.
And it started bogging down.
He went to go change the lever for the gas tank, and in doing so,
I veered off right into the Suburban.
thank God the vehicle was parked in front of the doctor's house.
I don't remember anything, at all.
By the time we got there, we had found out that the doctor had already phoned Halo Flight.
One moment I'm on a bike, and then next thing I know, I'm just waking up in a hospital.
My son had a number 4 pancake, which was every bone in his face was broken. They saved my son's life in air, in flight.
Halo Flight Emergency Recorded Line, this is Alan.
The mission begins with a first responder who recognizes and identifies the need to make the call.
2-vehicle accident on 37, 4 kids and an adult.
We have an off-the-ground time of 10 minutes. That is our goal. Most of the time we exceed that and get off the ground by 6.
35 miles, so show me about 20 minutes.
A highly trained and experienced pilot speeds the crew at 140 miles per hour.
Are we having to page out a fire department to set up the landing zone? Are we going to a pre-established landing zone that's already there? All these things are running through the communicator's mind. That right hand knows that the left hand's taking care of them on the ground, and that I feel is a critical part of communications at Halo Flight.
Coordination, advanced training, and years of experience all come together to take advantage of every precious moment as a life hangs in the balance. The result is a higher possibility for survival as procedures formally initiated in the ER are now implemented in flight.
Flight medicine as a whole is a specialty in itself because you put the component of an ambulance in the air. You pull the expertise out of the emergency room, out of the ICU, and you put it all in one unit, and that's where we come in.
The flight crew always goes out with a registered nurse and a critical care paramedic. The equipment is such that you would find in any ER.
We can respond to burns, we can respond to heart attacks, gunshots, premature childbirth. The list is endless.
Halo 1's inbound with a 62-year-old male playing with chest pain. Halo 1, that's good copy. We'll see you in 10 minutes on the pad.
For Hughes Varner, a 45-minute ambulance ride from Rockport could have sealed his fate.
Shut down the highway and put that helicopter down there, and a pretty big occurrence in the little town.
A Bell 407 helicopter lifts off on another mission, a sophisticated and powerful machine, but even at $3.5 million, it's not Halo Flight's most valuable asset.
The team that comes together to get that patient safely from point A to point B and provide the level of care that is provided from those 2 points is amazing.
Every crew member and communicator receive national-level training in their field.
Our pilot training goes above and beyond what's required by the FAA. We send each pilot to Bell Helicopter Factory School, the best training that is offered in our industry.
All of our nurses have years of critical care experience, and that means emergency department or ICU experience.
We are trained in minor surgical procedures. We are trained in advanced medication therapy and advanced cardiac. We have to be experts pretty much in many little fields of medicine, to include pediatrics.
The training, experience, and equipment allow critical care to be administered sooner.
If we can get to that patient before their heart stops, we can usually keep them going until the hospital.
A huge player in saving lives are those first on the scene. Often it's paramedics or law enforcement, but sometimes just a good Samaritan. Empowering them with the skills to stabilize the victim is also part of Halo Flight's mission. To date, more than 9,000 people have been trained by Halo Flight.
These patients have a better chance of surviving a traumatic event by early recognition, early response, early transport. It all comes down to training.
For this system to work, it takes everyone involved, from the EMT basic in the field to the paramedic at Halo Flight to the nurses and doctors on the other end.
Halo Flight has recently expanded, adding a third helicopter.
Alice serves 70% of our patients better with a quicker response time.
Our flight times have been cut down tremendously because it's taking 15 minutes roughly off a flight because they're already there in Alice.
Celebrating 25 years means taking a moment to look back at where it all began.
25 years ago, Halo Flight started out as an idea on the back of a napkin and a rented helicopter.
When Halo Flight was first formed, it was a volunteer organization. We flew with one paramedic in the back. They did it for the love of the job, just like we do now, but we've evolved into such an organized, stable company throughout the years.
With the support of the community, we've grown into the premier helicopter emergency medical service in South Texas.
For a quarter of a century, there's been a silent team member always supporting the mission.
I started as a pilot at Halo Flight, and until I became executive director, I really didn't know how critical the support that we get from our donors is to the health and stability of Halo Flight.
It's that support from the community that's helping Halo Flight stand apart from a national rise in EMS helicopter accidents.
I'm proud to say that Halo Flight has 0 accidents, and we will continue to have 0 accidents because of all of the safety innovations, technology innovations, training, and probably the greatest innovation for helicopter EMS operations, night vision goggles, literally make a night and day difference in safety.
Being a nonprofit sets Halo Flight apart from other organizations because safety is a higher priority than revenue.
I go to my board and say, this isn't going to increase our profitability. This isn't going to increase the number of flights. It will provide a safer environment for us.
Thankfully, Halo Flight has community partners who believe in their mission.
The community supports Halo Flight in the fact that Charity League has provided a huge grant for us to install helicopter autopilots in our aircraft.
With $10 million in air assets, stringent maintenance, high fuel costs, and payroll for highly trained crews, a typical mission exceeds $10,000. Even with health insurance, a family can be facing thousands of dollars in out-of-pocket expenses not covered by their health plan.
It's human nature to think it's not going to happen to me, but last year, Halo Flight flew almost 900 missions. That's 900 people who thought that tragedy would never strike, and it did. That's why it's so important to be prepared with the Guardian subscription plan.
Halo Flight is supported by the community, and we want to give back to the community with our Guardian program.
Halo Flight will respond whether you have the Guardian membership or not, but for $25, why not protect your financial freedom?
At the end of the day, Halo Flight is a product of the community caring for its own. South Texas can be proud of 25 years of providing emergency care.
I've always been in search for that mission that I believe in and care enough about to devote my life to, and I found that in Halo Flight.
We're all fighting for that one goal, which is to save that patient's life.
Celebrating 25 years of serving South Texas families when they need us most.
I'm Ron Nelson, and Halo Flight saved my life.
My name is Hughes Warner, and Halo Flight saved my life.
My name is Jacques Nielsen, and Halo Flight saved my life.
Halo Flight, when a moment can make the difference.